it's in progress. So we're progressing here in our recording of our history. So we are coming closer to Chanukah, and my question that I want to ask you is, do you know which vitamin is Chanukah?
Oil. Essential oil.
Omega-3.
Not bad.
Which vitamin?
Yeah.
Rabbi, it's diabetes.
I think it's vitamin D.
So the reason I'm asking that is that we understand why is it that we have the holidays? Why is it that we have something that looks like, so, oh, we're Pesach, we do those things and it looks like we are commemorating or remembering, try to connect to something that happens in the past. And that's a bit of a mistake. It's yes, we're also trying to connect to something from the past, but the danger is to only look at it as something from a past perspective. Because what happens if we do that, it comes the time of the day of the year, oh, okay, we feel like that, it's Chanukah time or it's Pesach time, and I feel connected to the moment because that's when it happened in history. And then I go continue my day, my year, really not connected to what has happened. But really what's happening is that you have to look at the holidays as a vitamin. As a vitamin that you can take any moment of the year. So,
like a supplement, a spiritual supplement.
Yes, a super supplement, exactly. No, I thought of something in the car and I forgot the name of the vitamin. But for example, if you would go with Rosh Hashanah is vitamin C or Chesed. Yom Kippur.
Vitamin D for donuts.
It's right. So Chanukah is okay. D for donuts. I hear. Although I think donuts vitamin D is going to make you pretty sick, after a while. So it might not be such a good vitamin. But if we look at each holiday as giving something that you need for your life, meaning, let's say today I have a day. And it's a day with a lot of darkness. I'll say today was a dark day for me, right? A lot of things happen. I feel trapped in darkness. A day or date. Date is even worse. So
the date might be very dark.
So how do I deal with that? I'm thinking like, how do I go through or survive my day today that was full of darkness, of dark things? Like vitamin H for Chanukah, or CH, or vitamin 8 for Chanukah.
Vitamin D for like donuts.
Yeah, that's what he said. Are you working together? So let me ask you. You have a dark moment, a day. Guys, if we all speak together, it's very hard, especially for them.
We all have ADD.
That's true. But try to have like less whispering ADD. That's fine. It was tested in the scientific lab, and the experiment is that it's possible to stay for 45 minutes with whispering on it. So just you can try. Anyway. The idea is, okay, you have a dark date. Let's say you have a dark date. It's really dark. How are you going to save yourself from it?
Call my best friend.
No. Vitamin H, Chanukah. So vitamin 8, I call it vitamin 8. So how are you going to use Chanukah for that moment? What did you learn on Chanukah? What is on Chanukah is the day where you swim in the vitamin. You want to know what chocolate? Swim in chocolate, right? You're experiencing fully on the physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual. You're trying to get, and every year, a higher and higher download of what is the message of the holiday of that vitamin. What is that the gift that we're given that we can experience on the fullest level during that time.
Rabbi, I have a question.
Yes, I have an answer. So it's a match.
So, you know how they say you're not allowed to get enjoyment from certain things on Chanukah?
That we're not supposed to what?
Get enjoyment, but don't you get like enjoyment, hana'ah, like
From the light of Chanukah itself.
yeah.
can-
So don't you get enjoyment from vitamins?
Ah. You're trying to trick me with one of your Jewish loopholes. No,
Rabbi, I'm not an attorney. It's okay.
oh, okay. No, I hear what they said, but it's no, that type of vitamin, this you're allowed to enjoy because it's meant to be used that way. So it's the purpose. It's not enjoying for yourself. It's enjoying for the purpose of creation. It's not personal hana because technically you're looking at the candles, right? So you're supposed to look at it. You enjoy looking at the light, but it's not supposed to be for your own personal enjoyment. What? Right. But the idea is that there's something on Chanukah and on every holiday. If we go through the holidays of the year, how many holidays do we have?
7.
Close.
We have Shalosh Rabbos.
8. There's 6 that are the Oraisa, and then 2 that they are Banan, Chanukah and Purim. 6 from the Torah, and 2 Chanukah and Purim. So that means that we have a total of 8 vitamins that we're given to be able to deal with the different things that we struggle with in life during the year. So we are meant to learn what each vitamin is. If I would ask you, what do you think is the vitamin of Pesach?
Freedom from your bondage.
Zman Cherutenu, right? Is a time of freedom. Freedom from what?
Freedom from your enslavements, your own personal enslavements.
Okay. Do you feel sometimes it's a day where you feel addicted to your Instagram,
Desires.
to your internet, to your desires, to your
Never.
to what?
Never.
Never say never. But yeah, it's we are. Oh, addicted to Hashem. So we have to try to be aware that this addiction can be removed by me tapping into the vitamin T for Pesach or F for freedom, and you use that what you learn on Pesach. Say, how did I get out? How do I learn to be free? Well, that's what you did on Pesach. You learn how to be free. So you are supposed to learn to do it now too. This is why you have Pesach, so that when there are moments in the year where you feel addicted to something, you can go out of it. It's not meant to be just once a year for 7 days, right? So what do you do? How do you use Rosh Hashanah? Rosh Hashanah is what vitamin is Rosh Hashanah?
So new start.
Right?
Ask for start.
Potential, new start,
Kingship.
kingship, right? You're able to
A new
start.
slate.
You're the alpha. You're in charge of yourself. You can start from the beginning. You can. That's chesed. It's a chesed we're given. So chesed has to do a lot with love, right? And each one of those vitamins correspond to a different sphere, and every sphere corresponds to a different. Every sphere corresponds to a different emotion, a different strength, right? That's how you use it. So how are you going to use Rosh Hashanah? When are you going to use Rosh Hashanah? Vitamin.
When you're down and you need a new start and you need to be like the boot.
Yeah. So how do you do that? So you feel stuck. You feel like you're going in a vicious cycle of just the routine of life. So you say, what do you say?
I'm ready to start from scratch.
Let's smoke hookah, or like, how do you start from scratch? Hi.
This is the cheesecake maker.
How do we start from scratch? By prayer.
Cheesecake Factory.
Connect with Hashem.
But we pray every holiday. What's unique about Rosh Hashanah? What do you do on Rosh Hashanah that's different than any holiday?
What's the moon?
The moon? The
Wow.
what?
No, you know that the books are being opened, so you have a clean slate in order to do what you have to do.
Yes, it's connected to Rosh Chodesh because it's the. Okay, that's true. Remember that the books are all, open, so that is a din. That if I continue the cycle, I'm going to be stuck in the din. So, what do you think is unique about Rosh Hashanah? Maybe you should go in your room, take a big shofar, and awaken yourself. What do you with what?
But I feel like
Hashem's big ear. Remember you said that.
Oh, Hashem's big ear. So,
I'd like to like get yourself like pumped up. You like just go into your like little study and blow the shofar by yourself.
Okay.
You're like, we're like,
How do you know?
Let's begin
To everything. So yes. So sometimes you need to do weird stuff, but that weird stuff is you see you have to find every time you go through a holiday, a Yom Tov, you need to personalize it. What in this holiday did I learn that gives me the strength to use it at different times of the year when I need it. Right. So the Ramchal says there's those different hashpaos that comes in the world at different moments to give you those tools during the rest of the year. But this happens every day. So by the way, in Shmona Esrei, I know one time we made it. I showed here how every bracha of Shmona Esrei corresponds to all the holidays of the year. Right? You remember that? So that means that every day when you pray, your whole day is an entire year. Chanukah, I think this is two because it's almost three. Number one is Teka b'shofar gadol lecherutenu. It's a nes lekabetz galutenu. Right? Kabesim yacham al kafares baruch Hashem lekabetz nicham Israel. The nes is connected to Chanukah and the lights, the sparks of light that are hidden in the world. Who are the sparks? It's all of us. We are the candles, the sparks lost in the world.
Fire.
What?
Every year's a fire.
Every year's a fire. That's right. That's what it is. But on the Chanukah, it's really that. Chanukah is lighting yourself on fire. Don't do that at home. It's I don't mean it literally. Yeah, he just left. He got scared. I don't mean literally, but how can you turn yourself on fire? How do you survive exile? It's teaching you how to defeat the Greeks. How do you defeat the wisdom? How do you defeat the taiva? Those women who are trying to seduce me, or those those American Mac Bacon that are trying to attract me, or I don't know what you attracted in America.
It's social media.
The social media?
That's right.
Which part? All those social media. TikTok.
TikTok.
BLT? What's that? So yeah, those TikToks that are trying to have it. Yeah, but so isn't it? What is it about TikTok that is so attractive?
The constant
simulation.
yeah, exactly.
So what is it? What's the root? Why is the stimulation? Meaning, why?
It's a time killer.
Why is it addictive?
Distraction from our.
But that means that what is it in us that we need? What is it in us that?
Distraction.
What? The dopamine.
Oh, yeah,
The dopamine. you know that you can do a cure of dopamine by, it's not easy, but the same way is we have for alcohol and drink. Right. And to do that, there's actually I think it's the Indian guy that says you should stop watching for a month, and then you go back with little dose of dopamine, because otherwise you can't stop.
I did this in yeshiva. We did a month of no movies.
Uh-huh.
And it really worked.
No, it does work. Do you know that at some point, because when I was younger, I forgot how old I was, but I was watching so many movies that I didn't cry anymore. Because if you see so many things and that are sad and you don't cry, because like, oh, it's fake. Then you come to life, and then whatever emotions like, oh, it's fake. Or you see someone who dies on the street, and in the movie everybody laughs, and here, so you start laughing. It's scary how much we are affected and how we become desensitized. And then I stopped watching movies, and I remember, because it was the time I went to yeshiva for a year or something like that, and then after, I think it was after 2, 3, maybe 4 years, I hadn't watched a movie, like at least watched a movie. So I watched the movie and I cried like a baby. There was one scene, I cried like a baby. I had become sensitive again. Hallelujah.
How do we balance it out?
What?
How do we balance it out?
Well, no, it's better to be more sensitive than.
The news is also full of like, if you're looking at pictures, I know people that don't look at the news pictures because like it desensitizes
Right,
so
absolutely.
much.
We are
Yeah,
desensitized by. So one way is to have a detox from that dopamine that is constantly trying, that the society is using to get us, that the Greeks are trying. What's the Greeks? Greeks is about entertainment, about hedonism, right? It's the distraction is, wow, look at the power of science, look at the power of the beauty of human things.
I'm sorry, wouldn't you say it's also Western civilization?
Yeah, absolutely. Because what Greece got like, like the Romans took all the Greek good stuff, so to speak, and made it. Do you know why Caesar invented the stadium? Right, he invented sport because he wanted to control the people. Right. For leaders, if you think about it, okay, I know I'm French. It's been a World Cup on Sunday, okay, but I like to watch there and there. It's nice. I like sport. But do you understand the craziness of millions, if not billions, of people focus on looking at few guys running after a ball to put it in a box and say, yeah, he put the ball in the box. How does that bring humanity to be more elevated? How does that bring humanity to more perfection, to live a better life? It doesn't, because there's one team that won and everybody else is crying. and it doesn't make humanity better, right? So yes, we need to sport. Sport is great, but when it becomes without meaning, with hatred between teams, with fights that like we have seen, like France and Morocco had fights, or for the purpose, if it was for the purpose of unity and not for the purpose of, it's a problem. We're losing people and make them distracted to do things that that really could have been much better. It could have been used for. Right. So we have to understand the danger of sport. And today it's not just sport, it's any entertainment. It's here to distract you so that the leaders can do whatever they want from you. That was why the Greeks, they didn't want us to not be religious. Be religious. What? Well, they had, guys, that was even more fun. Yeah, no, but yes, gladiators. So we right.
Hey, but how about the news? It's not like we're getting a dopamine release, whatever.
Dopamine, yeah.
From watching the news, it's not like it's positive.
But the news is very,
So-
affected by the left.
No, we do because what do you think at the news? They keep showing like problems. And this happened, and there's a war here, and a plague here, and this. Why do I say, oh, a new Kung Fu Panda was born?
Barely though.
More bad.
5 second good news, 2 hours.
But that's not what I'm saying. Dopamine, why are we
The
getting
world is
addicted to it?
full of
because this the emotional, you need to feel things.
The hacker inside you needs it.
Right.
I think the news is today's, they are very much like biased to left and right, and they want to show you whatever they want to show you.
Absolutely.
They brainwash the people.
Yes, they're trying to control. And really what's happening, I don't think it's a coincidence that the way Chanukah is telling us to detox is instead of watching the news, you watch the candle. You know, I was realizing how difficult it is to stay, what the halakha is, stay half hour watching the candles. Not doing anything. I mean, you can sing, you know, Maotzur and a few things. The half hour watching the candles, it sounds almost unbearable and impossible for our ADD generation. What?
If you like focus on them and you know their power, you can get lost.
That's amazing.
and then you
They're into like
It's
fire for
much-
hours.
Yeah,
I
no,
watch a campfire for hours.
that's true. There's something very special about that.
I think it hypnotizes it's always things that's like reverse gravity.
Right. Yes, it was up anti-gravity. So so this is a way to clean our eyes. The Chanukah candle is the organus. It's really to show you, to turn you on fire, that you realize you have something called Torah. The candles, the shaman, and all, the whole thing is a symbol of the Torah, but a symbol of the human soul. It says there's a fire in you, there's a dopamine in you that is more powerful than any dopamine out there. And that all the dopamines that you are having from everything you learn, everything you experience, all the entertainment, all that really comes from the Torah. Is the branches, right? The branches represents the different sciences. Rabbi Eli Munk says that there are 7 major sciences that we have to learn. You want to know which one? Fine. I knew you were going to ask. So let me tell you which one they are. I don't know the all by heart. What?
Biology, physics,
Yeah.
chemistry,
Yeah,
ecology, and psychology.
almost. I mean, that is different ways to put it. Theology, philosophy, alchemy, astrology, mathematics, music, and sciences, natural science. What?
Forget what I said.
No, but some are included in what they included. But that's how Rabbi Eli Munk puts it. The Kollator, the Vinagon, puts them in a different order. He said one is mathematics, astronomy, and geometry. That's one. Number 2, natural sciences and chemistry. 3, medicine and pharmacology. 4, logic and grammar and syntax. 5, musicology and its esoteric theory. That's music. That's to show you the importance of music. Number 6, engineering and construction. Number 7, parapsychology and the brain sciences. So that's the 7 sciences that are according to Kollator, Shah, Shiva. What? So the 7 branches of the menorah correspond to those sciences, those lights that in the world. Yesh chokhmah b'goyim. There's wisdom by the goyim, right? It's okay to learn.
But not spiritual.
Right.
Not
It's
spiritual.
the challenge to understand that all that those sciences comes originally from the Torah, but they stand as truths on their own. And the Greeks, their thing was, hey, we have that truth our own. We have our own dopamine, and you can use it, and it's good. But it was the whole dopamine of the Greek. If it's not connected to a purpose, it's not connected to the Torah, it's destructive. It's darkness. It's not real light. It's dark light. And what's happening is that we have to understand that all those sciences, mathematics is great, but mathematics comes from the Torah. Use mathematics to bring more beauty to the Torah, to bring more beauty to the world, to bring more beauty to the same way we're using science today, right? You know that actually the sciences today, all the Kabbalists explain based on the Zohar. The Zohar says there's a prophecy in 1840, which is the beginning of the 6th millennium. If I remember correctly. But 1840 says that the gates of wisdom in heaven are going to open, and the gates and wisdom is going to come on earth in order to be able to receive the spiritual light of the Zohar and to understand Kabbalah on a deeper level, and that's when this industrial revolution started and everything got developed. The science that we have today are meant for us to start understanding Kabbalah in a level that our previous generation couldn't understand. The reason we have quantum physics, AI, all that stuff, with the engineering, everything that we have today is to give us the vessel, the understanding. Today you can speak to kids about string theory, that everything is connected, that E equal MC square. E equal MC square is teach you about the Chanukah candle. The candles is the MC square, and the E is the menorah, it's the Torah itself, right? It's all connected like that. So this is your dopamine. How do you turn yourself on fire? It's telling you on Chanukah, you understand that the thing that can turn you the most on fire is the light, the Or HaGanuz, which connects to your soul, which is awakened through the learning of Torah, through the learning of Torah, Lishma, the proper way. If Torah doesn't turn you on, it's because you're not looking at it properly, you're not studying properly. It's impossible to learn Torah and not be excited. If you learn Torah, you're not excited, it's not Torah. Okay? Torah is not an intellectual thing, just like mathematics and things. Torah is supposed to change your life. The problem is that we have sometimes teachers who teach you Torah, and it looks like it's Torah because it says Torah words, but you could have figured it out on your own. Oh yeah, and we learn from the Torah that you have to be nice to someone else. Oh wow, I didn't know I need the Torah to know how to be nice to someone else. Oh, thank you, Rabbi. I'm glad I'm religious because of that. But the guy, he could figure he's nicer than us, so he figured out, oh, he has Torah, so he doesn't need. You understand the problem with that? That if you can figure it on your own, then you don't need the Torah. That's why it says in the Gemara, if the Torah had not been given, you will be obligated to know Derech Eretz from nature itself. Right? And Derech Eretz is the way how to be. Derech Eretz Kadma la Torah. To be a good person comes before the Torah. So you understand that one of our challenge on Chanukah is really to know how to be turned on by Torah. And for that, you have to look at the light of the fire, understand that Torah is really light. Charles. Yes, right? This is really what the real, what? Yeah. It's secret. Chanukah is 8, right? 8 days. 8 is the number for Lemara Min HaTeva. Teva is 7. 8 is Lemara Min HaTeva. Meaning there is something higher than those 7 sciences. Those 7 sciences are exciting, but there's something even more exciting, the source of all that excitement. Why is there music in the world? Why is there mathematics in the world? Why is there science in the world? All that is exciting, and we use it on a daily basis. But understand that all that has only one purpose, which is to bring the beauty of the world. How many scientific or biologists or musicians found God through the science, through the music? Many. They became religious or spiritual believers because they saw how a baby is made in the womb. They said it's impossible, that's an accident. There has to be a God. Because if we really understand the root of all those science, all those things that we learn, it's all from the Torah. You understand? It's spiritual. It's much deeper.
There are also some that see it and say, this is science, not God.
Right. That's the Greeks. No, I mean, it's the Greek philosophy, the idea that it's all man-centered. It comes from us. We invented it. The thing of the Torah, it's saying, no, there's a source for it. It's not, it didn't come on its own. It didn't come from your human brain. All that there's a creator behind it. Design.
Who invented the theory of the Big Bang?
The what?
Big Bang.
Theory, the Big Bang theory.
Ah, Big Bang theory? No, I think
Later on, you know?
it was
I heard
wasn't Newton? No, not Newton. Newton, that's like gravity.
Google.
I heard
I forgot.
Rabbi saying I heard Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi explain like how
The OG.
they might be like very similar to each other, the Big Bang theory and like
Oh, the Jewish
Yeah.
video, and according to
Yeah.
Zohar, if you read the word Zohar, it says exactly the same thing. It started on the size of a mustard seed or grain, and from there it was where all the energy got released from that. So plus, what do you think is a big bet at the beginning of the energy? Big bet, big bang. Bet for bang. They took everything from us.
you know interesting I saw
Oh, it's a Frenchy guy.
No, but the priest, he said, the priest.
Kind of French. Oh, Russian.
But he's a priest, though, you hear that?
What?
He's a priest?
Belgian cosmetologist, Catholic priest, father of the Big Bang Theory.
Really? Oh, are you sure it's not the show?
As if-
Don't limit.
It's not the big bang
Like-
push.
That's so interesting that he's a priest. Though.
Right.
But he's just like,
Yeah, but
is he a priest first and then?
you know, Chris got a lot of things from the Jews. You know? I'm not so sure. Anyway, but the idea is that at the end of the time, right? So we have the lights of the Chanukah candles, and the lights they are supposed to be positioned, in the temple, in the menorah. The lights were going towards the center one, right? Because it's here to really give Kavod Torah, basically to give more light and beauty to the Torah itself. Because when we understand it comes from it, we say, wow, let's now put the Torah on its highest level. So the challenge is then, can we differentiate between just Derech Eretz and real Torah, meaning becoming a good person? People tell me, Rabbi, why do I have to do those mitzvot? I'm a good person. I say, you're 100% right. To be a good person, you don't need to be religious. You don't have to be religious. Torah is not to be a good person. Torah is to reach for perfection, is to become a spiritual person, is to become a great person. It's a good person, that's everybody has to be a good person, Jews and non-Jews. That's the Shiva Mitzvot Bnei Noach. So we have to, so our challenge is we need to be turned on. You're not going to be turned on if you learn something just like it's something normal, like a science thing. Are you turned on by your mathematics? Okay, if you're like a very big nerd, you might be turned on by mathematics. That's rare,
Can a Goy learn Torah? A Goy learn like actually
He can-
he
It depends. If he learns because he wants to know how to behave as a guy, so first he has to learn the 7 mitzvot of Bnei Noach, and then if he wants to learn more, he can learn with the rabbi that teach him what's appropriate for him.
actually like
He's not allowed to learn Torah Shabbat, right?
Yeah, actually like classes for Goyim by Rabbi.
Yeah. Nowadays,
Oh wow.
a lot of people don't know what's happening.
There's a lot of comments.
Yeah. I know because I convert. I prepare a lot of people for conversion,
Oh
and
wow.
I open people in the world today don't know that there's a wave. There's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of non-Jews learning Torah every day. Because until today, it wasn't available on the internet like that. Now any non-Jew can read, learn Zohar, learn everything that is there. And Hashem made it like that for a reason, because Torah needs to be spread all over the language. Now the problem can be it's trapped sometimes and misused. People use it to their own advantage to, be missionaries or stuff like that. Yes, it's always when there's a lot of light, it can be used by the forces of evil. But at the same time, all the people who are good and looking for truth, they are feeding in themselves, and it's preparing the whole world for the coming of Moshiach.
I have one question, sorry.
No, please, never.
But doesn't it say that a Goy is Basar Chamor?
Maybe it's Oved Avodah Zarah, but not. First of all, that expression, I don't remember seeing that in the Gemara.
No?
Basar Chamor?
Yeah, I've heard of that being said in the Torah.
You have to be, whenever it says something negative about going, usually it's when it's a context of Oved Avodah Zarah, Ovdei Kochavim. It's very different. The status of going today is not the status of the going like we have in the Gemara. I mean, it's when it says Ovdei Kochavim, it's not today. Most
astrology, like
like real idolaters, people who really used to do Avodah Zarah. It's a different level of going. Today, most going believe that is a God, right? Even in Christianity, there's those who believe Jesus is God, but those others believe that he's not God. He's very holy, a prophet. But so, if you believe that there's a higher power, and by the way, going are technically allowed to do some kind of Avodah Zarah as long as they believe that God is the source. They're allowed technically to do Avodah Zarah because
How's it up with Zara?
What?
How's it up with Zara? Believe in Hashem. Not sure
Meaning
the other
not to
God.
actually do it, but they're allowed to pray to angels or stuff like that. The archangel of the nation, for example, Esav has, that like. That's
Why is that up with Zara?
No, it right. It's a type of Avodah because it's
Worshipping
is,
other
intermediary. They're allowed to use intermediary. Who?
We go
praying
to,
by
like,
it. It's not
pick
to
up
it.
to the given, we ask like, oh, can you go like
You don't ask the tzaddik.
Tzaddik?
No.
Oh.
But isn't that what
She's like praying to the.
Isn't that what all of Chabad do? They write letters to the rabbi?
No, they're not
It's-
worshiping the. dead
Some
person.
do.
They're not
You're
worshiping,
right.
they're
It's
worshiping
very
in
controversial.
your-
There are a lot of rabbis who say you should not pray to Hashem that in the zchut, in the merit of the tzaddik, that you should be answered, but not that the tzaddik himself is going to answer your prayer. I know. It's some are very right. Some people,
Some people go and talk to the river.
right.
That's their thing.
That's why
Don't they ask the rabbi, don't they ask the rabbi to like,
some do, yeah.
like pray for them?
Yeah.
Syrians believe in that or not?
Well,
They can go to the-
Believe.
I know.
I don't know about it. Huh?
I know it's controversial. Some again,
No, I'm serious.
I'm sure some are good intentions. Some they hold because there's a whole concept of Od Yosef Chai, Od Avinu Chai, meaning that the life, the soul of the tzaddik stays right. But still, even the soul is alive. Everything comes from Hashem. You're supposed to go straight to Hashem, and you say in the merit of this tzaddik, right? That Hashem should answer me, but not because that the tzaddik himself is the one answering, because that would be intermediary. We're supposed to be that way. It's challenging. It's challenging. It's not simple.
You have a chazan in the shul, isn't he? He's representing the congregation.
Yeah, but we're not. Nobody's praying to the chazan.
No.
Exactly. Nobody's praying to the Rebbe. I mean, we're not praying to the Rebbe or to the. You're praying to Hashem, but this is a spokesman that represents everyone. He's our mouth. That's fine. We're not praying to the guy. We're praying to Hashem. He's just speaking for us, and the repetition of the Shema Israel. It's different. So the idea is that by the Greeks today, we live in the society of Greek, and you need to be turned on by something that is stronger than the outside world, and that's very hard. What's going to be turning you on that is stronger than TikTok? What is going to turn you on that is stronger than the Netflix shows or to the entertainment that is out there that makes us push us to watch for hours or do nothing for hours, right? If you knew, listen, if you knew tonight you were tonight you were gonna die. It's in the morning, right? And you say tonight I'm dying. Are you gonna spend 1 minute watching entertainment or playing sport? No. I mean maybe, but you're gonna spend most of your day with your best friend, with your family, doing something good that's gonna make a difference in the world. That's what you're gonna focus on. You're not gonna waste your time on. It's nice. It's fun. I'm not saying that, and it could be useful to relax or something. But when that takes over your life, you're becoming a Greek, right? You become disconnected from the purpose of life. From it's wasting time. It's the danger of boredom.
That's why we have Shabbat. We don't waste time on the phone.
That's right. That's a good. That's good one. Yeah.
Oh my God, your friend, you think you can go 25 hours ever without your phone? But we do it every week.
I saw there was a
I
time
took
where
that-
they were offering
do
money.
3 days sometimes.
Yeah, I know a lot of going.
72 hours.
A lot of going.
I wish I had a day that I'm trying Shabbat because yeah,
And then
it's
you find out
Shabbat
all the
is
shit that
fun.
happens.
Like try it. It's like literally like.
But I feel like we.
Because
make up
because
for it.
people you sometimes negative experience, and so we need to find what Torah can I learn. And guys, that's very important. You need to find a Torah, a learning, a rabbi, a book, a mitzvah that turns you neshama on. Which rabbi, when you listen to him, it really awakens your neshama. Which book, when you read it, awakens your neshama. It's essential. This is what the candle. You're supposed to put the candle, right? The wick when you light up the menorah, not directly on wick. You have to put as close so that it turns on its own. The job of a rabbi, for example, is not to just bombard you with things. Is to give you a taste closer so that you on your own want. I don't want you to be religious or a thing because of me. I want you to be because of yourself, because you choose from inside, right? This is something that today our generation still don't get it. The parents and the rabbis, they are forcing the kids too much to do things instead of giving them all the things to choose on their own. I want to be religious. It's meaningful to me. I want to do it. I want to daven in the morning. I want to go to shacharis. Instead of I have to or you have to, you must. So that we have to change that, because then we can survive the exile. Do you understand? The assimilation of the Greek, the darkness, the way the Greek wanted us to live a life where just do what you do. Routine. Yeah, continue. You do the things good. You're going to be assimilated. You need to, I'm not going to do just what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask and question myself, why am I doing what I'm doing? I'm going to bring Bina. Number 8 corresponds to Bina. Bina is understanding. The light of Bina is Teshuvah, is understanding. Shura Bina is about I'm understanding why I'm doing things. Because if I don't understand what I'm doing, how am I going to choose it? I'm going to choose to do that. I'm going to choose to daven. Why? Or because I have to. And that's not really choosing if I have to. But if I understand that when I pray and I say, Rofech Olam Israel, my friend or my family member is actually getting healed, or the IDF soldiers that got injured in Israel, when I say Rofech Olam Israel, I'm actually, or I do the IDF soldier prayer, right? I actually healing that soldier or protecting that soldier when I say that. Wow, that's powerful. I want to do that. I want to be able to be part of that. Then you're turning yourself on. You're choosing to do something instead of, oh, I have to. Then your light, your soul is not going to become a flame. You're not going to become a candle of Chanukah. So we have to try on Chanukah to get that vitamin that turns myself on and transform me into a light that is so powerful, an excitement. That's why you're so exciting to do a mitzvah. You're so exciting when you learn Torah that you are not going to be darkened, that your light is not going to turn off when you are on TikTok or when you watch something or you watch the World Cup or that. You're not good. It's not going to be more excited than Torah. Because then the Torah is going to become dark. Because if everything there is giving me dopamine, and the Torah doesn't give me any dopamine, it makes me fall asleep. Goodbye, the Jews. right? That's really the challenge, the battle between the Greeks. We're still fighting the Greeks today. That's why Chanukah had to stay Chanukah until today. Yeah, what?
I have a question.
Yes.
If somebody is wanting to start learning Torah, let's say I started doing Gemara, but it's like boring situations.
You got to find a different teacher.
You know who
I
said
tell you,
learn
I
Gemara?
used to, I don't give on with a lot of rabbis.
I know, I'm saying in general, I started learning Gemara in the morning, right? It talks about it, let's say we just started about the owner giving something to the ani on Shabbat.
Right.
It's like, you know, someone who is starting is trying to assert something.
Yeah, don't learn that. Don't be too firm.
No, these two things. You need first to turn your neshama on with the learning of any different things. So you can you can start with something specific that inspire your soul, right? For me, when I learned Ramchal, I'm like, whoa, I'm on fire. I don't need a Netflix show. I don't need TikTok because every page, you know, I flip the page. It's like the TikTok when you go like that. It's the page scrolling, right? Scrolling the page. Wow. You know? Right. Yeah. So every page that I turn is like a new TikTok thing. It's like, wow, it's exciting. But you need to have something that connects to your own. Every soul, each one that has a soul, it connects to a different type of rabbi or philosophy or mentality. And you need to find which one is going to turn you on. The rabbi is going to turn you on. No, but the question is, which rabbi is going to turn you on? And you're going to have two rabbis. That's I think Shevet Musar says that you're going to have two rabbis. They're going to say about the same thing. They're a bit different words. It's going to both say, oh, this teaching about Chanukah and another one, this teaching of Chanukah. One rabbi, you're going to know, you say, wow, that's amazing to see that changing. And the other one's like, but they say the same concept because your neshama is connected to that way of teaching. I'm telling you, the only way to like Gemara the right way, I've learned Gemara with all different types of rabbis. When I learned, and trust me, it was very hard. I didn't like it. I learned Gemara with my rabbi. I could stay for hours and hours because everything that I learned, first of all, it doesn't become just Gemara or just learning. It becomes, we're learning things from my life today, how it's going to change, it's practical, and how it connects to other things. A lot of rabbis are not good rabbis. They're good teachers. They're going to teach you information, but they're going to tell you how to put the information together with everyday life, relevant, right? Because like you say, Shabbat, Oni, when are you going to have an Oni on Shabbat that's going to come? Never. So then that concept has to be a concept that you find brings relevance to your life. Otherwise, it's not. So a real good rabbi that really knows how to teach is going to be able to show you how what you learn about that Oni and Shabbat actually represent these things in your life, and this is how you can use it. It's very different. It becomes practical. It becomes useful. It becomes alive. So that's the challenge.
By the way, if anyone wants to start learning at nights, we're gonna do like group chats through the video chats. You know, the people that come.
Turn on Torah.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we're doing Shar B'Tachon. It's a conversation, and then we're also going to do Shar.
Yes, Mr. Shar is amazing. Guys, eventually, this is my dream. If I become rich, I want to open the most exciting yeshiva in the world. That even going will try to come in, and even women say, "No, teach us, not them." You know, that's how you should want. Why do we have to go out and say, "Yeah, come to yeshiva"? That's so sad. It should be people we fighting. I want to be in yeshiva, or that should come from us, right? But no, instead, the Torah that is taught is not the Torah of fire. It's not the Torah that warms you up, that is exciting. So there's a problem. Our Torah is sick. Our Torah is choshech. That's because of the Greeks, because the dopamine of the Torah that we're serving is less than the dopamine of TikTok. And therefore, we need to renew our Torah, not like the Reformed, but real Torah that speaks to the heart of the generation, that is relevant to every day, that shows you how to actually be more spiritual, The whole spirituality of Judaism had disappeared. When I say meditation today, people say, what? Well, I'm a Buddhist. Say, hello, meditation is Hitbodedut. Hitbodedut sounds Buddhist. Hitbodedut, Dvekut, this is a Jewish thing. It's not Buddhist. Tefillah is the most spiritual experience you can have. This is what people took after. That's one of the branches of the menorah that they're gonna call meditation. But you know that comes actually from the roots branch, which is Torah, Tefillah. So we have to understand that all the good things out there, we have it. Our Judaism is very spiritual. It's very exciting. We as Jews, the first thing we want is to get high. But get high in God, get high on life, get high on spirituality, get close to God. If you have that, then you will not be distracted. You will not waste time and be bored and try to distract yourself with the rest of the world. Now, let me not make it clear. We're not against science, against mathematics. Those things exist in the Torah. They come from the Torah. But use it in a way that is connected to the Torah. Use science to understand how Kabbalah works. Use music in order to sing songs of love and that unites people. Whatever you have out there, you can use it to make the fire greater and to lit up all the 8 candles of the menorah and bring light into the world. So God willing, this Chanukah, I hope you're all gonna become not just to light up the candle, to light up your soul, to be the fire that is being turned on. Turn yourself on this Chanukah. You look at the light and say, I want to be able to see that light in me and in everything that I do. And God willing, be always on fire. All right? And be a light unto the nation. So that's the goal.
Wow.